We are live and rolling with Anton Dorovich, who is the CEO of Dubformer. Dubformer is a localization company, and Anton super keen to actually listen to your story about how Dubformer started and all the services that you do in the area of localization. Um, just to give you a heads up, this podcast is actually going across to about 60,000 members of the Vitrina Business Network, and these are across 100 countries. They're all professionals in the entertainment industry. There has been a lot of curiosity relating to localization, and especially AI-powered localization. We're super keen to understand your journey and some of the solutioning that Dubformer is doing. With that, would love for an introduction, and to both yourself as well as your company.
Yes, first of all, hi Atul, and thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to speak with you and with your audience as well. I apologize if I missed something because it seems like my connection is not perfect, but I'll try to make it work. My name is Anton. I am originally from Moscow, Russia, and biggest chunk of my career I worked at Yandex, which is this big Russian IT company, and there I was responsible for machine translation and speech technologies and NLP, being that natural language processing. So, yeah, my position was called head of NLP and speech at Yandex. And my biggest passion, my biggest project during that time was always machine translation. So I was passionate and still am passionate about trying to break down language barriers with technology, working with different languages, how they're structured, how the words are created, and stuff like that. So this is a very big thing for me. And there was one moment, maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when I realized that machine translation usually deals with texts, but the internet is all about the videos, the media content. So if I really want to try and break down language barriers, then I need to start working with videos and with media content. And first I started within Yandex, so we created this video translation solution there. So every person, they could open in a browser any page, any web page with a video, be it YouTube or Twitch or Coursera or Vimeo or Khan Academy or something like that. So they could press a button and within a minute they can listen to the same video automatically dubbed into their native language with technology that we created. And a little bit later we adapted that to work with live streams as well. So with a small delay to the whole stream, like maybe 30, 40 seconds, they could listen to it in their native language, which was really cool. And I liked it a lot. But actually, doing this project, I came to a realization that maybe it doesn't make too much sense trying to translate videos on the side of the viewer. And we actually need to go to the video creators, to video producers, video distributors, and try and make a service for them. So we studied the market. We booked a bunch of interviews with, actually more than 100 interviews with different companies in media, in e-learning, corporate companies that need to translate some videos, companies that organize events, podcasters as well. So a bunch of different companies. So we studied the market, and the market is really big. So it's video localization. It's $6.5 billion a year, and it grows at 16% year over year. So there's huge demand. And interesting thing is that the most important, the biggest part of video localization, which is dubbing, the part about the voice, right, is done almost exclusively by like this traditional dubbing agencies without any use of AI, which is understandable and usual. But I feel like that AI technologies, they're really becoming good in this, or maybe start to become good in this area of like speech synthesis and stuff like that. So I feel like AI is gonna empower this industry, and we wanna be leaders of this change. And this is what we're doing at Dubformer. So this is basically how the idea for Dubformer came to life. And this is what I have been doing for the last year. Yeah.
Fantastic. Really, really interesting. And again, like I mentioned, this is a pretty hot category at this point, right? AI powered localization as a broad
Yes, this is
category.
true.
Um, when you reference the $6.5 billion sort of market, is that how do you segment that? Is that
So the biggest chunk of the market, like more than 40%, so it's like 45 or maybe 48% in different sources. So it's media and entertainment. Sorry.
okay?
So it's movies, TV series, also like this new media, like bloggers and stuff like that. So this is the biggest chunk. The next big part would be around 25%. This is corporate videos and events. So
Hmm,
when we started, so we still have some clients from when we explored this areas as well. So we worked with companies that have like international operations, maybe in 100 different countries. So
hmm,
they want to do like tutorial videos for their employees or for their customers,
hmm.
or just like instruction videos for the equipment and stuff like that. So then the
Interesting.
next big segment would be gaming. So video
Hmm,
games. It's actually very adjacent to the media industry, right? So
that's right.
it's you can even think about video games as like an interactive films or movies or something like that.
That's right.
It's also around 25%. Then there's e-learning, especially in the pandemic and after the pandemic, it has become really popular to learn online.
Hmm,
So a bunch of different companies doing courses, and of course they want to to monetize their courses more. They want to broaden the audience, so they want to address the global markets. So this is
hmm.
why they're also interested in video localization. Yeah, so this would be the biggest segments.
Fantastic. And this is fascinating. One other aspect that I was also curious about was that localization is a pretty broad category. So it
Yeah.
starts really early with just translations, and then it goes all the way to very funky stuff, including synthetic voices, right? How do you sort of look at the lay of the land? I think that it'll be great for our network to also understand the various solutions that localization has, and then which of those are really being disrupted by AI and large language models.
Yeah, great question, Atul. Yeah, so actually, you can even start from looking maybe at a bigger picture. So what's the task at hand? For example, when you view the things from the point of a media company. So you have a content that you created or acquired or you distribute. So you want to you want to monetize it. So you want to address the biggest possible audience with that. So this is why you do localization, but it's a part of a bigger process, which is distribution of your content. So you're looking for partners who can broadcast it, uh, doing stuff like that. So this is, of course, this is kind of not the realm for the technology, but it's important to understand that there's a bigger picture. It's actually part of the whole process of globalizing the content. So yeah, localization, of course, it starts from um, if you look at it as a kind of as a technical process, as an end-to-end technical process, it starts from somehow acquiring the scripts. So maybe
Okay.
they're already there from the production of the original video, and maybe you need to do what's called speech separation. So you separate the soundtrack in the video from the speech. Then you do speech recognition, and then you also do stuff that's called diarization. So you basically decide which phrase was spoken by which character.
Hmm,
So this is all about acquiring the script. After that, you move to translation and also adaptation, right? So when we talk about video localization, it's not just like literally translating everything into the target language, it's also about making it relevant to the local audience, sometimes changing like from measurements of units of measurements to maybe mentioning local celebrities, local heroes, giving in a lot of ways local context. So that's
Right.
called translation adaptation. After that, you move to dubbing itself, right? So creating the soundtrack, so the creating the speech in the target language. So traditionally, this is done with voice actors, right? They sit in this voice studio, they read everything to the microphone. They also use a lot of additional technology. So sometimes they kind of sometimes it works like there's like a synthetic recording of the voice, and they repeat after that, and it makes the job easier for a voice actor, maybe. But yeah, so traditionally it's done with the voice actor, and the disruption we see happening with the dubbing market is that it's starting to happen already. That AI voices are used for the stage, but it doesn't stop there. So after you somehow recorded or synthesized all the phrases, you need to do the part that's called mixing. So you basically need to organize everything into the soundtrack, and there could be lots of tricky and interesting stuff there. So there's like sound effects. So you need the voice to sound really natural in the surrounding environment. So you need to transfer whatever echoes or reverberations were in the original video, and also you do some kind of lip sync. So determining when each phrase should start and should end, and you try and match that to the lip articulation and lip movements and
That's
stuff
right.
like that. So sometimes characters interrupt each other, sometimes they sing, sometimes they scream. So there's lots of different stuff there.
Right. Right. Fascinating. And uh, from your solutioning perspective, you're sort of looking at dubbing as a key category to really sort of is that how you sort of approaching the entertainment sector?
Yes, this is exactly true. So we
Right.
see that the biggest change that we want to bring to the industry is using synthetic voices or AI voices or something like that. But with also in order to do that, uh, you have to actually work with lots of different stages of the whole pipeline. So you need to be able to accurately determine the timings of original phrases as well. So you need to do the diarization. You need to understand like the voice profiles of every speaker, and
Right.
you need to do the mixing really well to do that. But yeah, we focus on the voice part. So this is what we think is the biggest part of the dubbing. Uh, but yeah, to our clients, what we offer is a turnkey service. So whatever they have as a starting point, we can work with that. If they only have a video, we can work with that. We can extract the script. We can do the translation adaptation and everything like that. If they already have maybe a translated script, we can work with that. Yeah, so it's how we work.
So, would be great to understand a case study of a recent customer journey. How did that whole journey sort of, how did it start? And then where did you folks come in with Dubformer? And then, what was the final output?
Yeah, so how it usually works is that it's either way, right? If maybe we can come to the company with our proposal, or companies already started to come to us
Okay.
because we started. Even though we started less than a year ago, we already noticed, and companies do come to us. So they have
Nice.
some kind of content. So maybe it's, I don't know, a season of a TV show, maybe 10 episodes, or sometimes it's 5 seasons of a TV show or something like that.
Right.
So and they're looking for AI dubbing, or they thinking about AI dubbing for
So
some reason.
would they come to you? Sorry to interrupt, Anton, but I was curious about that particular part. When they come to you, are they saying we need AI dubbing, or are they saying we are considering traditional dubbing with voice actors, but it's expensive or it's time consuming, and you have a solution for us? Like, what's their motivation to come to you?
Yeah, it's the latter. So their motivation is that for some reason traditional dubbing uh, maybe is not ideal for them, and they're considering other options. So sometimes
Okay.
traditional dubbing is not an option for them. Sometimes it is an option, but they're considering other ways. And usually the problem is that either the costs are too high with traditional dubbing, or the bandwidth is too low. So basically, maybe they don't have the subcontractors, the traditional dubbing studios, they can take on the whole project, or
Hmm.
sometimes the time requirements are really, really strict. So we had a couple of cases where the client wanted dubbing literally tomorrow, like
Oh
maybe for
my.
10 episodes of a show. So it's not usually the case, but sometimes that happens. So there could be different reasons, but basically it's all about like the cost and effectiveness of the AI dubbing process.
And
This is what.
in this particular case, would the original content be in English, or could it be how's that
We
structured?
work with 70 different languages. I wouldn't
Wow.
lie and say that we deal with every language on the same like level of quality, but definitely there's maybe 15, 20 languages that we feel really comfortable with, that we have experience working with. Yeah, so this would be the biggest languages would be English, German, French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese. Uh, Also, we worked with Hindi, we worked with
Hmm.
Chinese, we worked with Greek, we worked with Polish.
Wow.
So yeah, really different languages.
Fascinating. That is absolutely fascinating. And let me ask you a provocative question, Anton, which is, do you think subtitling will be dead if you had every actor with the ability to actually speak in the native language that is supposed to be localized with perfect lip sync, deep fake lip syncs, right? Would we still need subtitling?
Well, yeah, I definitely think we will still need subtitling, but let me elaborate. So there's going to
Okay.
be so it's going to be a slightly different niche from what it
Okay.
is right now for
Hmm.
subtitling. But there are use cases where the end user is just more comfortable with reading than with hearing, right? And I'm not just talking about the accessibility features, which is also a very relevant thing because yeah, not everyone can hear. But also sometimes you're on a train. Uh, I don't know. Yeah, you're in a London metro. You definitely need subtitles if you watch something. Um, there's an artistic thing, right? Sometimes you,
Right.
uh, even with a really good state of technology, like the deep fake level of lip sync dubbing, it's still, I would think that the real, uh, like art lovers would strive to listen to the original voice of the actor. Like you can read the translated version of Shakespeare, but it's not the same until you read it in English, right?
It's a fair
And
point.
and
Yep.
this is
That's a fair
important. It's not just about the voice and the characteristics of that. It's also about the language. So language has some features that are non-translatable. So for really high-end content and also for high-end viewers, this could still be relevant. So listen to the original voice, but having subtitles to kind of to complement that. And
understood.
also use cases where yeah where voice is worse than the video. This is my understanding.
Understood.
Also, if
No,
we
this
if
is
we're a little bit more realistic
fascinating.
and not looking too far away in the future, uh, there are different cultural standards right now, right? So in some countries it's very kind of natural, and people are really used to listen to dubbed versions of movies, of TV, of series. So this is, for example, the case for Germany. The same with Russia and with Poland. So these are the country where it's really traditional to go to the movie theater and listen to the movie, to the dubbed version of the movie. And there are other countries like the Netherlands, where I am right now. Uh, it would be just a little bit weird if you come to the movie theater and the movie originally is in English, but you listen to it in Dutch, in dubbed version. So subtitles are a lot more traditional here. So this is just the way it is.
Understood. No, fair point. I think that's it's just fascinating to see how the industry is changing very rapidly with the onslaught of these technologies. One aspect, Anton, that I'm curious about, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners would be curious about as well, is how do you describe your solution stack? You know, how does the solutioning typically work? You know, do you also? I mean, you spoke a little bit about it, but would be great to understand whether quality checks are done as part of your offering, or is it done by the customer? And you know, do they have a console? Can they actually hear some samples of specifically their content? Just if you can describe some of the engagements and the solution stack.
Yeah, another great question. So from the outside world, uh, we look like a maybe like a traditional dubbing studio. So basically, you come as a client, you come to us with your content, you upload it, and then we start working with that, and we deliver it to you back in I don't know, maybe in 3 working days or 5 working days or whatever we agreed to. That depends on the amount of content, of course. And maybe we do it in stages, uh, and we guarantee the quality.
Okay.
So
Okay.
all the quality checks, everything is done on our side. So from the inside, if you look under the hood, so I already kind of briefly described the different stages uh, which need to be passed. So basically, every stage actually is accommodated with internal checks. So if we first we needed to create a script, so there's a quality control step uh, after that. So we get the script that we know is really good. Then it goes to the next stage, which would be the translation adaptation. Then all the checks and the post editing happens there. Then the most interesting, perhaps, part happens with AI voices and synthesis. And I really want to emphasize that the way we view the technology is that in the current state and for some foreseeable future, for 5-10 years to come, AI is really bound to make a lot of mistakes. So right now it's a really big rate of mistakes, and mistakes of uh, different different types. So it might be wrong pronunciation of individual words, which is a usual case for what we call named entities, right? Name of a company, or maybe a person's name, or a geographical place or location. It can be a wrong intonation, or it can be intonation that is not wrong but not ideal in this particular context. There could be emotion that is not transferred in the right way. So lots of different things to improve. So what our vision is that we actually go for 100% controllability over technology. So we have developed tools to manipulate the AI voices and the synthetic speech. So every mistake that happens could be uh,
Fed back.
fixed. Could be fixed. So we can fix the intonation. We can fix the wrong emotion. We can fix the pronunciation. And this is a little bit of a creative process as well.
Right.
So we have our in-house workforce, people who we call Sometimes we call them proof listeners, but actually the better name would be dubbing directors, reflecting a little bit the creative part of the process. So it's still very fast and very efficient as compared to traditional dubbing studios operation, because it's so AI doesn't make mistakes in every sentence, so it's less involvement that you need. But still, this is where a lot of magic happens. After that, there's a mixing phase, right? We have some cool algorithms that we've developed for mixing, but also this is when the final check happens as well. So it all goes through a human that can verify that everything sounds really good, and that the whole thing gets delivered to the client.
Fascinating, fascinating. And I was curious about the dubbing directors. Are they focused on the audio timeline, or are they also sort of looking at it in sync with the video and how it's appearing with frame by frame? How does that
Yeah,
typically happen?
this is all video based. Yeah, so we have
All
developed
video.
our internal tools where they worked.
Okay.
So it's all video based, and this is just fascinating. I hope sometime in the future we can like open the hood up a little bit and show how it works.
That would be the day you decide that, Anton. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a lot of folks within the Vitrina network who would love to sort of understand that piece. Again, this is a very uh, hot solution, hot area of the supply chain. Um,
Yeah.
another question that I had was that I'm sure there are certain genres that are super easy for you and your team to manage at this point. I'm guessing documentaries, educational content will be part of the easier categories. Um, is that accurate? And which are the more harder ones?
Yeah, this is spot on. So definitely different kinds of content, they pose different kind of challenges to the technology, and narrative kind of content, exactly what you mentioned, documentaries, educational content, some of animation is traditionally uh, it's traditionally easier for the technology to work with. Although I should mention that it all depends on the specific use case. Sometimes there's a documentary that can have uh, like a lot of people interrupting each other, screaming, yelling. So it all happens. So these are the things that are really hard to grasp now at the moment. And on the other hand, some actually some action movies are just naturally quite suitable for AI dubbing
Hmm.
already. But in general, you're quite right. How we see uh, Dubformer and the whole industry developing in the future is that actually every week, every day, we develop the technology, we improve the emotional range, the controllability, the most importantly controllability of the voices, of the mixing technology, of the lip sync technology. It broadens the niche for AI dubbing. Actually, expands the field where it could be effectively, efficiently applied. So it actually happens every day. So, and it's not too far in the future when most of the content, or maybe half of all the content in the industry, will be suitable for AI dubbing. There will always be like super high end thing that is just pure art and should be done uh, by artists. But yeah, the technology is rapidly evolving, and it creates exciting opportunity for us. So another point that I want to emphasize is that how we see AI dubbing, it's a little bit less about substituting traditional dubbing, and it's a, a lot more about just dubbing a lot more content that is not dubbed right now because of the limitations of the bandwidth of the whole video localization industry right now, because of the costs.
Right.
So a lot of content that is really cool, really interesting,
Right.
really enjoyable is just not dubbed into this 100 different languages that are widely spoken all around the world. So this
Right.
is the biggest thing that I think will be changed by AI dubbing, and this is the opportunity that we're pursuing.
Fascinating. Look, Anton. I mean, this is just such a exciting field. One other question that I had was relating to vocabulary problems for highly technical sort of videos, right? So if there is a very
Yeah.
highly technical engineering documentary, for instance, which uses a lot of terms, which do you then have to consult language experts to figure out what the right equivalent vocabulary terms are in those local languages, or do you have a large library of uh, sort of or is your LLM wide enough to sort of address that gap?
So it's a little bit of both,
Okay.
right? So because we have this human quality control, quality check stage, we can employ for specific content, we can employ the expert
Okay.
that really knows all the terminology, but also maybe you would be surprised about the current state of technology. So LLMs are just sometimes that good at understanding the context.
Wow.
But yeah, it's basically translation. I wouldn't say translation is the biggest problem with terminology.
Hmm.
The biggest actual problem right now would be if some of the terms are pronounced, should be pronounced in a weird way, which is not out of the box
Hmm.
accessible to the AI voices that we have. And
Right.
this is where interesting stuff happens as well, where we need to guide the AI voice to actually pronounce the term correctly, and you need to do that in a so this is the whole interesting scientific topic. I think maybe
Right.
maybe we'll publish something on that in the future, because there's a trade-off between the controllability of this like phonetic pronunciation and the overall uh, overall goodness of how the whole
How it
phrase
sounds.
sounds. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I was about to say that. Yes. Fascinating. And one other curiosity I had, and I'm sure again our network will be curious about this piece, which is what's your sort of current take on synthetic voices of the actual actors vis-a-vis sort of library voices that you might be rendering in certain cases. Which ones are you preferring at this point, and is there like a future state where synthetic voices will become more mainstream?
So right now, and this is a very important question, and right now it's all kind of based on the client's needs and
Okay,
client's desires. So
okay,
some clients want the dubbed version to have the voice that is very similar to the original actor's voice. Sometimes
right,
sometimes the client would rather use like a library voice,
okay,
and it's actually we had some cases where they specifically asked to change the voice because
okay,
the person that was being interviewed had in the client's eyes had a voice that was a little bit dull. So
okay.
with the dubbed version, they wanted it to be more colorful than the
More
original.
exciting, right?
Yeah, so it's based on the client needs, but it's a very interesting topic because it's where we start to enter into the legal waters as well. So
That's right.
what you don't want to have is you don't want AI dubbing to be a part of the whole deep fake thing.
That's right.
So no one, not us, not the clients, not the actors, no one wants for like a person's voice to be stolen or something like that. So
That's right. That's right.
whenever we do what's called, sometimes it's called voice cloning, we
Mm,
actually call it creating lookalike voices because
mm,
well, it's not actually cloning. It's just kind of creating a voice that's pretty similar to the
right.
original voice, but still very it's still very distinguishable by any software and actually by a human as well. So whenever we do that, we're very transparent uh, about the fact that it's only used in situ, so it's transient. So no voice is kind of stored in any way at Dubformer or anywhere else. So it's just the ad hoc voice is just used to synthesize this specific phrase or this specific part of the movie. And also, we do not claim any rights to this voice or the whole synthesis. And uh, the legal practices are being formed in this area, but I see a lot of really positive signals, and I attribute it. So all the people in the media, they're really constructive about AI in dubbing, and I attribute it to the fact that uh, as a part of a broader thing of post production, uh, using AI and basically using any tools is not something that's completely new in this part. So using tools for post production is something that has been done a lot of times before, and this actually is already a standard.
That's right. That's right. That is true. Actually, that is true. And I think some of these tools are just also coming in, like you rightly mentioned. It's also increasing the amount of archival videos, a lot of other sort of videos that was not economically viable to very quickly turn around and launch in multiple languages. Essentially, it's really creating new opportunities within the industry.
Yes.
That's right. One other question was relating to the how do you sort of look at uh, how do you compare the current state between traditional and AI methods? And how do you sort of see the next couple of years playing out? Is it that a lot of factual content will be first to move? Will we see animation as another big category to move? When you look at the next sort of phase for this industry, how do you look at growth?
Yeah. So what we see right now is that adoption has already started.
Okay.
So we see lots of interest from the clients. Basically, almost all of the clients that we've worked with, they come back to us with the new content, and we're announcing like extended deals and partnerships. For example, we have announced partnership uh, almost half a year already ago with a company called Little Dot Studios. This is a British media company that specializes in one of the things that they specialize uh, is YouTube and distribution of media content on YouTube.
Right.
So we do see adoption already,
Okay.
and the opportunities they grow from month to month, and they happen more in the fields of like documentaries and animation, as you mentioned, but we start seeing a lot of interest and also some real opportunities, some successful projects already in lip sync dubbing as well,
Okay.
with some movies. But and
Is that
I think
sorry,
adoption will accelerate. Yep.
I had a question about lip sync dubbing. Is that also part of your solution stack, or is that a partnered solution?
Uh, just to clarify, so traditionally, what's understood in the media by the term of lip sync dubbing is, of course, matching of the lip movement to the to the audio track, right? To
Okay.
the phonemes of the speech. This could be done both ways, and traditionally, it's done by manipulating the audio and not the video.
Right.
So, until like the recent developments in AI tools, the manipulations of the video were only possible with animation, right? With designers and video animators,
That's
and
right.
was really rarely used. So almost everything could be achieved by manipulating the audio. So basically, timing and the wording of the translated phrases uh, could be fixed, and in order to achieve almost perfect lip sync. So, and this is the solution that we do offer with
Okay.
the new like video effects, video lip sync. So changing the actual video to match the lip movements. It's something that we've experimented with. So we have our kind of demo technology. So if someone wants to play around with it, it looks pretty well.
Okay.
But it's limited right now in its application. The technology that we have, and basically that everyone in the field uh, has limitations when it's not like a talking head looking into the camera. So if I'm
Right.
turning my head to the side, you would see some weird special effects with my mouth, like
Right. Right.
facing
Right. Right.
facing. Also, if,
That's
if
right.
I if my hand passes in front of my
Right.
face, there would be
It will.
special effects and stuff like that.
That's right.
So
That's
I
right.
definitely think that uh, the technology will catch up, maybe within this year or maybe next year, to deal with
Got it.
these creepy special effects. Uh, so there would be some high-end uh, niche for this visual lip sync, but for the majority of content, only thing that's needed is like audio lip sync.
Fantastic. I mean, it's just so fascinating to hear you speak about that because, again, one can see that this is catching up very quickly, and a lot of improvements are actually happening by leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Totally understand that piece. Anton, my final question was relating to expansion and how do you look at geographical expansion? I know that our team at Vitrina is also working closely with Dubformer to sort of expand your reach to new countries and new markets. But just from your vantage point, which are the critical markets that you're looking at right now?
So we're not limiting ourselves too much with the market.
Okay,
But dealing with localization and translation, very naturally you're a cross-border thinker, right?
that's right. That's
Because
right.
you move the content from one place to another. Uh, Having said that, of course, there are geographies uh, in which we have more clients, and the languages where we specialize at the moment, I can
Okay.
say. And this would be so Europe, UK, United States, Latin America. This would be the main regions where we work right now.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, and I know this we sort of starting to get a trickle of queries from APAC as well. We are now seeing a lot of interest from some of those markets and countries. They have a lot of exportable content that they would love to actually sort of export into other countries, and if they were able to localize it at a much cost effective and faster manner, then it's a win-win for everybody. So
Yeah,
I'm sure.
personally, I'm so excited about that as an opportunity. So, yeah, APAC region actually has lots of languages, and they're really like from a linguistic perspective, they're really interesting and different, and that actually kind of results into the creative process and the content that they produce being really different. And so this is a real opportunity to broaden the field of the content available worldwide, and to me as well. So this is why I'm excited about that. So I'm really looking forward to to these countries and these geographies also starting to play a big role in the video localization world.
Fantastic. I mean, one of the things that we've actually done is that in the latest MIP TV 2024, we've actually sort of partnered with them with MIP for a global report on formats and documentaries. And one of the places that one of the things that we've done is we've actually featured Dubformer as a key solution for a lot of the documentary production companies and distribution companies to actually partner with. So, I'll send you a report actually right after this call. I'm sure you'll enjoy going through it, and especially the whole reference to dub format.
Yeah, thank you for that. I will definitely look forward to this. email.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Anton, from all of us at Vitrina and our entire business network, of 60,000 professionals from 100 countries, can't thank you enough for your time today and all the incredible explanations that you gave about your solution as well as the industry at large. Just the AI powered localization solutioning is actually a very hot topic, as I mentioned earlier. So this is going to be one of our hottest and most popular podcast episodes for sure. So thank you so much for sharing your insights and time today.
Thank you very much. The pleasure was all mine.